Good morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Simply Brilliant. I am Phil Brilliant. It is Tuesday morning. I am cheating and looking at the calendar. It is April 28th. We are flying through 2026 on our way to 2027. First, got to stop. Big birthday wishes out to my good friend Rich, Richie Rich. And Rich is one of those guys that is a brother. We travel together many times throughout the year. We get together for dinners in New York. And Rich and I grew up about five houses away from each other back in Franklin Township, Somerset County. And he was, one of my big brothers. And I remember his senior year, my sophomore year, driving together to high school in his, I think it was a Firebird that he was redoing and had no front seats. So we were sitting on milk crates and he would hit the gas and I go flying into the back seat. Those were days when nobody wore seatbelts, there was no beepers, and really nobody really cared about who was in the car with you, and we had a lot of fun. But a big shout out to him, a big happy birthday, and hopefully I will see him next week to celebrate his birthday in person. But I want to talk this morning a couple of things I'm going to hit. One is JBJ Soul Kitchen in the library downtown Toms River will officially close on Thursday, April 30th. If you get the chance, get down there, pay it forward for those people in need of a meal. The food's good. You will not be disappointed. It's a great lunch. It's a healthy lunch. And the opportunity to be able to pay it forward. Lunch will cost you $20 and make a donation forward. Really, the way it works. And you'll be giving somebody a meal who needs a meal. Now, remember, that's the downtown pop up. The restaurant in Silverton on Hooper Avenue will remain open. That is not closing. And you can always go there and grab lunch or dinner and pay it forward there also for those people in need. But if you haven't been to the downtown JBJ, get down there. Good opportunity to see what they have been doing. It is amazing how much they have helped those in our Toms River community who are in need, not just with food, but with shelter and with support, emotional support in most cases. So good opportunity to get down there and see their work, their good work, and for you to pay it forward. Doesn't have to be a lot. Every little bit helps. Also, just a quick thought process to anybody who is currently voting by mail. The ballots are out for the June primary. Is that kind of scary? Couldn't believe that. I saw that the other day. I don't vote by mail. I still believe you need to go in person and put that, pull that lever, though we don't pull levers anymore. We push buttons. I remember those days and I remember it fondly, and I still think we should get out there. And no matter how you vote, vote. It is important to vote. And if you are an unaffiliated, you can change to a party and you can go vote in the primary. It doesn't mean you don't vote. And then after the primary, you can change back. Um, Use that civic duty, use that right as Americans to get out there and vote, because if you don't vote, I would say you can't complain because you had no say. Uh, People will argue with me that they still get to complain no matter what. And if by some chance you live in District 46 and you are a registered Republican, you will see my name, Phil Brilliant, on the bottom right hand of that ballot because I am running for county committee, which is also municipal committee here in Toms River. So give me a vote if you are in District 46. Very important role that we play. One, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you will cast a vote for who the chairman or chairwoman is of the party here in Ocean County. But also, in the event that a council person is unable to complete their duties, the municipal committee gets to select names that go to council to be approved for who would be that replacement. Very important role here in Toms River because council is very important. And right now, it's a 4-3 majority. It's a slim majority. If that majority were to shift to 5-2, That's a supermajority that can override any mayor veto. Very important with what's going on here in Toms River. And I'll put a little tidbit into your ear. If the mail-in ballots are out for June 2026, that means 1 year from now, the ballot, the mail-in ballot for the mayors and at-large town council seats in Toms River will be in your mailbox if you're a vote by mail. 1 year away from starting to change the future here in Toms River. Because in my book, the past two, I guess we'll say 28 months, have done nothing to benefit Toms River. Yeah, you want to make the argument my taxes haven't gone up. We'll touch upon that in the next couple of weeks before the budget hearing on May 13th. You want to say that your garbage picked up. We're going to touch upon that too, because garbage people, garbage men and women in public works are continuing to work with no contract in this town. And that needs to change. And you want to tell me your snow got plowed this winter. Yes, we had an abnormal winter with a lot of snow, but in a lot of cases, Toms River municipal offices failed. Couldn't open the offices because they couldn't figure out how to do that. But they also couldn't get contractors out fast enough because they hadn't been given awards to get out fast enough, or they hadn't been paid. So they didn't show up to plow our streets in a timely manner. That's not DPW. DPW is given orders to get out there, and they did their job. They did their job. This is the subcontractors Toms River uses, because there's a lot of streets in Toms River. Can't get them all done by just public works. They don't have the equipment or the manpower to do it. So when you tell me and you throw those three things at me, I can throw back that this administration is not succeeding. Yes, your taxes haven't gone up, but the waste of money that I'm going to show you is absurd. And maybe our taxes should be going down. Maybe we should have got a tax decrease. But instead, our revenue is going up this year, spending more money than ever on legal, because Daniel Roddick believes it's his way or sue me, because I got lawyers, and the lawyers will work for me, and then they'll give me money in my campaigns. That's how this works these days, people. Wake up to it. It is reality. I want to jump into the topic, which is a hot topic, and a lot of people are weighing in on this in social media. And I will tell you, I am not an expert. I know enough to be somewhat dangerous, but I educate myself in everything that I talk about here on Simply Brilliant, as well as everything I talk about on Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on Beach Radio when I do Simply Brilliant. So there's my little plug. Last Thursday, the 23rd, Toms River was in Judge Gertner's court for an important hearing, and they did get their extension to June 4th, which basically the extension protects them from immunity. Gives them immunity, protects them from builder's remedy, which is a thing that Rodrick keeps yelling at every builder's remedy, 8,000 homes, builder's remedy. Ignore all that. Protected right now. But Judge Gertner made it very clear. And if you read one article, I'm going to tell you which article to read. I'm very disappointed in the Asbury Park Press. It's not written by Gene Mickle. It's written by somebody else. The accuracy is terrible. Just terrible. But I want you to read Jersey Shore Online. Okay. The article is entitled Toms River Affordable Housing Plan Gets Second Chance from Judge. It's written by Stephanie, and I apologize, Stephanie. We're friends, and I'm probably going to butcher this. Fognan? I really should ask how you pronounce it. I apologize. But it's on April 24th, 2026 article. It is very clear, concise, even has a little bit of humor in there when it comes to it was take your child to work day, and one attorney did bring a 6-year-old into the room, and there's a comparison made. That's how Toms River Council and Mayor have been acting like 6-year-olds. But clearly stated that Judge Gertner outlined how this whole thing unfolded, and noting that Toms River had participated in the Affordable Housing Dispute Resolution Program, reached a settlement, but the elements of the settlement were not agreed upon. And what you need to remember is that Hope's Crossing withdrawing threw this into disarray. It is nothing more than that. When Hope's Crossing was found to no longer want to be part of the plan, that was where Tom's River had to go searching for a replacement. Had Hope's Crossing stayed in, we probably would not be in this situation. And the judge states the record demonstrates the township has made good faith efforts to comply with its obligations, while also acknowledging that the failure to meet the deadline was tied to political discord and procedural delays. He's given the extension to June 4th, but he made it very clear. He made it clear and he said the role of the developer, particularly Meridia, and that is the downtown redevelopment, a company that has been actively pursuing development in Toms River, was part of the third round of affordable housing. They have filed 3 separate lawsuits, including a builder's remedy claim after Toms River did not get everything approved by March 15th. Despite the arguments by the town that Meridia be excluded, Judge Gertner ruled the developer must be allowed to fully participate. So what does that mean? He pointed out that Meridia claims have viable project capability of producing 48 units and have active litigation. Allowing participation is consistent with the equitable principles guiding the process and necessary to reach a solution. This is an important turn of events because what it says is that Toms River needs to sit down and talk to Meridia. And when they go back on June 4th, if there isn't representation of Meridia being in that plan, they better have a damn good reason why. A damn good reason why. Because it is vital that they comply with what the judge is asking for. Now, the responses that came out of it, I think, are interesting because the mayor says that the failure to support the required ordinances by the state statute deadline resulted in the filing of a builder's remedy by Meridia, just as we warned. Let's be clear. The reason that they didn't make the March 15th deadline is because Hope's Crossing pulled out. Yes, the council did not approve ordinances and resolutions put up there. But even if they had, there's not enough units to make the March 15th deadline. And that's an important point that needs to be brought out. And he also threw up there that, this 135 units along Route 9 near the Lakewood border has been added, urging residents to engage and support this plan. He also added that Hope's Crossing could ultimately return to the table. That's something new. Didn't hear that before. Now, I want to pull up for you a couple of documents just to look at. And I think it's very important. These are the actual court documents. So what we're looking at here is all the way to the beginning. This is what Toms River filed to go in front of judge. It's April 22nd. Remember, they went in front of the judge April 23rd. So this was probably, let's see, this was written probably at midnight. And this basically outlines their position going into court on the 23rd. But this is important. I want you to look at something. This is a February 25th ordinance that Toms River Council did not approve, that the mayor keeps throwing back at him, okay? Because at this point in time, we knew Hope's Crossing had already pulled out. And this is for the 2 lots on Route 9 that several of the council members do not want to give Toms River land for development, okay? They don't want to give away Toms River land. They don't want to put more traffic on Route 9, the infrastructure on Route 9. Daniel Rodrick supports this, and he wants this because he wants the building done. Now, if you look at this, this is the ordinance. I want to make sure. No, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I thought it is in here. Mm, It's not here, but I'm going to get back to it. But this is the ordinance that was put out there. I believe this is the one. No, where is it? I'm sorry. Here it is. Okay. So this is a ordinance amended to approve the plan. This is also from February. And if you look at page 14, here we go. It gives you the outline of what they're including in the plan. And if you look right here, let's go down. This is adjacent to Lake Ridge, and it says Beacon Estates. So Route 70, this is on Massachusetts and 70, and it says it's 20% affordable to be done by Beacon Estates. And then, this is before, and I think actually Hope's Crossing is still in this plan because they hadn't officially been pulled out. This is the affordable housing plan. It's amended on February 20th. This is the fourth round. Here's Hope's Crossing still in there. 193 unit credit needs to be made up by them pulling out. So let's go to what was submitted to court. Here we go, page 94. And basically this is where they're going to build, and this is the, here it is, I'm sorry. So here's the mechanism. This is the resolution. And it says Beacon Estates, a developer of compliance mechanism for Route 70, has approached the town with a development proposal for 100% block 171, lots 23 and 42. That is on the Route 9 corridor. Okay. And basically, this was not approved that night because the council got it a few minutes before they had a vote on it, and they did not want to vote on lots to be developed that were owned by the town. Here's the ordinance that supported it. That also was not approved that night. This changed it into MF16, which is multifamily, so 16 units per acre. That's called high density. This is on the 20, I think it's the 25th of February or the 26th. I have to check my dates. Sorry, the 25th of February. In this packet provided to the judge last week on April 22nd, there's a February 26th letter of intent from Velocity Affordables LLC, a different party who says they're going to build 125 units on these same lots. So do you see the issue here? How can you trust? How can you know what's going on in Tom's River if every other day the story changes? And if he made it clear once, he made it clear 100 times. Daniel Rodrick has said the council cannot speak, work, direct, order anybody in the administration without his approval. I actually sat down last week with somebody in the administration because I emailed them and said, hey, I have some affordable housing plans. I have some ideas. Can I sit down with you? And the response I got back was, you're not a councilman. You're a resident. I can sit down with you. So this is not false. This is not a lie. And Daniel Rodrick has said it at council meetings. If the council wants to work on affordable housing, he has to approve them to talk to the engineer, the clerk, the planner, the attorney, and he is not affording them that opportunity. He is still doing everything in a vacuum. And until that changes, we are going to have a problem here in Toms River, and it needs to change. So all of you putting out on social media, what's the council's plan? All of you putting out on social media, the council has to come up with a plan. All of you putting out there on social media that the council needs to do their job. They are being barred from doing their job right now because Daniel Rodrick will not let them talk to the people who are putting this plan together. Let it be the attorney, let it be the engineer, let it be the planner, Daniel Rodrick. And by the way, Faulkner says, this is the Faulkner Act, that the mayor does control the administration. The council cannot direct, cannot order the administration, but it doesn't bar them from talking to them. There is no reason why the council member cannot go talk to the engineer, planner, or attorney. They can't tell them what to do without Daniel Rodrick agreeing to it, but he's taken it one step further and barred them. And until such time as an attorney on behalf of the council helps them get in the door, this will continue to be gridlocked. We do not have a meeting until May 13th, so nothing will happen until then. But Daniel Rodrick, the mayor of Toms River, and this council need to get together and start working on this, or else June 4th, they're going to be up Schitt's Creek. Sorry for that. Hopefully you understood that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as we go forward. I'll bring some more exhibits in. But the key point here is Toms River needs to make up Hope's Crossing, withdrawing from the plan. And we've also seen Daniel Rodrick say he wants to eliminate the Route 70 Lake Ridge development. So that's like 125, that's 195. You're talking close to actually like 350 units that you need to make up. Not going to happen on those two lots on Route 9. Got to get creative and have something else. We're going to see what happens in the future. I hope that made sense. I hope you understood that. Read the article, New Jersey Online. I believe it's also going to be in the Toms River Times. Very clear. Stephanie did a fantastic job. This Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, Beach Radio, Simply Brilliant. I'm going to have on the winners of Tribal Council at the Toms River High School South Business Academy. There are 5 of them going to join me in the studio. I'll be back Thursday morning. Please join me. I'm Phil Brilliant, Simply Brilliant. Have a great day.